And we have some breaking news. We're switching topics now. Income tax raids are going on as we speak in Delhi, Gujarat, UP and Gurugram. So across much of North and West India, IT searches are being conducted also in Lucknow. Now, I believe the searches are focused on how entry operators were providing entry for donations. This entire set of searches is linked to donations that have been taking place to political parties. As we've already told you, Ghaziabad, Lucknow, Gurugram, these are some of the locations that are currently under the scanner. We'll continue to bring you more details about these raids. Information on them is, as we've just said, still incredibly sparse, but we'll try to understand. Remember, elections are set to take place in just a few months from now in Gujarat. There also, as my colleague Palvi was telling you, going to be taking place in Himachal Pradesh. We also have elections coming up in Karnataka, which is why, as you can see, this particular aspect of the entire political topography is underneath the scanner as we speak. How do parties get their donations? Where are they getting them from? And is money secretly being given to them in ways that could be illegal? These are normally aspects that are scanned. So this is in some ways par course. Let's go over to my colleague Ashish though to understand more about these particular raids. Ashish, I'm given to understand some of the information we've been able to share with our audiences is that this is related to political donations to particular parties. Which parties are these raids in particular linked to right now, Ashish? Where are they taking place? Do we know whose houses? Do we have any names right now?
So too early to comment on who are the people being raided. What we have been told is that there are certain political parties on whose name even we don't, which is not in public knowledge also. We usually don't know about these political parties, but the scam is basically that these political parties take donations from entry operators where some basically kickbacks are given and a commission of around 5% is given and the rest of the money is returned. So basically it's a scam where small-time political parties are being used. Obviously it would be of interest if any big political parties are also being covered, but as of now it's not in our knowledge or the income tax department is not willing to share as of now. But what we come to know is that it's a pan-India search. Searches are happening in Gujarat. Searches are happening in Delhi as well. Searches are happening in Ghaziabad. Searches are happening in Noida. Searches are happening in Gurugram. And the searches basically are being conducted by the DG office of Lucknow. So certainly it's a big search. It's a pan-India search. By afternoon or later in the evening, we'll have some details on what has been found. But it is certainly a big scam where political parties are using the form, the donation booth where there is a tax exemption through, and this is basically coming through entry operators who take a 5% commission and then give donations in lieu of taking cash. So certainly it's a big scam which the income tax department has unearthed. But if there is a big political party involved into it, that is what it will come to our knowledge only by later in the afternoon or in the evening.
Okay, Ashish, we're also only being able to give our audiences very preliminary information about the locations. Could you tell us more about the cities that are being raided as we speak?
What leaves me a little interest in the entire thing is that Gujarat is being covered, and we know that Gujarat elections are not very far off.
Right. So
Gujarat and Delhi are being covered. Especially, this is of interest to anyone because we know that Gujarat elections are not very far off. So, big time searches are happening in Gujarat and Delhi. So, this is a little bit of interest to our viewers as well as to us because Gujarat elections are not very far off. The other thing is that searches are happening and are being conducted from UP. And what we have been told is that there are certain big corporates also who are using this route. So which are these corporates? That is again going to be of interest. Are they trying to hide their identity by giving donations through entry operators? That is again of area of interest. Let's see how things move forward. But initial information certainly shows that income tax department has unearthed a big scam where political parties are using the entry operator routes, and a 5% commission is given for giving that route to entry operators. Who are the people?
Ashish, if I could also request, just for our audiences, if you could break down what some of the terms that we're talking about mean when we're talking about entry operators and we're talking about 5% conditions. If you could just explain to our audiences the entire ecosystem around how political parties are provided with donations and what the use of entry operators means.
So the political parties usually get their donations in cash. They need to reroute it in their bank accounts. How do they do it? So they give that cash to an entry operator or somebody who can give you a check in lieu of cash. So here, cash is given to a person who can provide you with entry. He takes 5% commission, and a check or a bank entry is given into your bank account. But who are the people who are giving this cash donations to political parties? Are there big corporates involved? Are there small people involved? And are they trying to hide their identity by giving cash? And the political parties are using the system of entry operators for hiding their identity and bringing money into the bank account for a commission. That is what is being investigated by the income tax department. So this is what the ecosystem is all about. But certainly it is a big scam. It seems to be that could be some big political parties as well. But it will be too early to comment. What leaves everybody with interest is that Gujarat, and the searches are happening in Gujarat and Delhi.
Right.
So let us see how things move forward. Maybe later in the day we'll have some details on which political parties are involved and who are the people involved in it.
Okay. Ashish, thank you so much for bringing us these details. For our audiences, we'll be bringing you more details on this story. Right now,